Hello and welcome to We Do. This is Irva of Women Empowerment Define Odds. And today I have a special guest with us. I cannot wait to introduce this lady. Her name is Marsha Stevens. She's from Grenada, so I'm really excited. We knew each other in high school. And I'll tell you a few things about this lady before I let her start her story. She was one of the first guests that probably subscribed, that probably looked at the video, and she has a really inspiring story that came from this video. And I remember when I reached out to Marsha, I actually reached out to her because she had a little business that she started on the side, but that branched out into something totally different. So Marsha, tell us about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Well, as Ava told you, my name is Marsha Stephen. And yes, I'm from Grenada. And I'm just here today to share my story and how it all started. Well, first
Okay.
of all, I have to say I got a lot of encouragement from Irva herself. A lot of my friends was encouraging me to, you know what, Marsha, you should do something. You've been posting a lot of stuff, like yummy stuff. Do something. And I was like, oh, I'm just doing it for fun. It's not a big deal. No, that's okay. I was like, you have to be consistent with cooking and baking.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't planned. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So one Saturday, as you know, we all do our groceries on Saturday. I decided, to try my hands at some natural products. I said, all using all this dry seasoning, it's full of MSG, it's full of chemicals, and really and truly, it's so terrible for our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to pick up some of herbs and spices like we use back home.
Mm-hmm. We're
And
back
I
home in
came,
Grenada, right? Back home in
yes,
Grenada.
back home. I mean, back in Grenada, yes. And I decided to come home and just try my hands at it. My mom used to do it, but as
Mm-hmm.
a kid growing up in Grenada, I never really paid attention to what my mom was doing. I just ate, washed dishes, and that was it. And I came home with it. I didn't say a word to my kids or my husband. I put away the groceries and then I decided to wash my herbs and spices and put it to work.
Mm.
I got 3 bottles out of it. I put it in the fridge. I mean, the next day I seasoned my meat as usual, regular Sunday cooking.
Mm-hmm.
My husband was, Marsha, this is really good. What's going on there? I said it's Marsha's secret. I didn't say a word to him. Like 2 days later, I offer a small bottle to a friend of mine. Well, actually, she's Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really know about the products like the spices and herbs, right? So I said
Mm-hmm.
it's part of my culture, and I want you to try it. And she said, she opened the bottle and she smelled it, and she was like, Marsha, that smells really good. She was
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? No, I'm gonna pay you for this. And
Wow.
I'm like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I want you to have it. She was like, no, I'm gonna pay you for it. And you know what? Bring me another bottle.
Wow.
And that's how it started. I
Okay.
gave her the bottle,
Mm-hmm.
the 2 bottles, and she gave me the money and she was like, keep the change, put it towards your business. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I came home, I told my husband about it, and he said, Marsha, that's a good idea. Go for it. I'm here 100% to support you.
Wow.
You remember we talked about when you was encouraging me in coming up with a name, and I said, Marsha's Kitchen. And
Yes.
you said, go for it. Go for it. It sounds really
Yes.
good. So then I decided to call it Marsha Kitchen, a taste of Grenada.
Yes.
As the days goes by, my husband wanted to come on board.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? He's always so loving, so kind, so supportive. Come on, babe. Let's get going. Let's get moving. We got to make this work.
Okay, so
So
pause
I
right there.
renamed it.
Pause
Okay.
before you tell us the name of the what the actual product is now. I want to say a few things. So she mentioned her husband. Let us see your T-shirts. Some happy anniversary. Some things are happening today. So tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that before we branch into, as you know, you
So
mentioned your husband.
we did a photo shoot today for our 5th anniversary. So that's why I have the t-shirt Mistress and it says I would love you forever because 5 years represents wood.
Very nice.
So that's why I'm wearing this t-shirt that says Mistress versus Marsha's Kitchen, a taste of Grenada and St. Lucia.
Okay, so taste of St. Lucia. I'm gonna assume your husband's from St. Lucia.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Okay, so guys, let me tell you honestly. So this girl saw, I think it was Ria's story, the first guest that I had on, and you were like,
Yes.
you know what? I'm really inspired by this girl. I want to
Yes.
start this business. And I'll be honest, I follow your WhatsApp because you used to post a lot on WhatsApp. And I would
Yes.
see some of you cooking and your dishes. And I'm like, I think you're at a restaurant, right? Because the
Yes.
display was always on. I'm like, Marsha, like, and you'd be like, no, Sunday dinner. No, Thursday night we did this. I'm like, this girl can cook. Even how you display to look like you had a restaurant.
Thank
So go
you. Thank
ahead
you.
now. So you decide you're going to start this seasoning. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
So tell us
And
about.
it's a green seasoning with lots of herbs and spices. I'll just give you a little of my ingredients, not all.
No, don't tell us all.
So I have like garlic, thyme, ginger, pimento, some of the spices from Grenada. Like my mom usually come here every year, so she would bring some of the spices from Grenada, which I blend into my green seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it looks like. Here is the bottle.
Oh, put it
So,
closer. Marsha's Kitchen, a taste of Grenada and St. Lucia. Turn it up. Oh, I see the Grenadian flag.
and this is the
Lucia
Grenadian flag and the St. Lucian flag, and some of the ingredients are listed here.
Turn it.
And just
Wow.
some little herbs and vegetables, to make it look edible.
That
Yeah.
is really good. And guys, okay, Marsha, I'm gonna stop you again because I ordered a bottle also, and it
Yes.
wasn't a
Thank
joke. I
you.
bought one for my sister too. It was
Yes.
beyond flavorful. It smelled
Thank you.
fresh. It smelled delicious. It
Thank
tasted
you.
delicious. I put it in everything we use. Like, I know I'm not a hot dog cooker for the kids, but sometimes I do. And I remember I did it up with a hot dog, and that was good too.
I remember you told me.
Yeah, and my sister put it in a salad that day, like a fresh salad. We're like, this thing tastes, it really tastes good and give flavor to everything. So I can't wait to get my next bottle. It was really good.
Thank you for your support. I appreciate it.
No,
And
and
I've been getting a lot of reviews. Like
I,
people have been really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it. Yeah.
I like the fact that it's fresh, that you use, fresh seasoning and
Yeah.
you have your little taste, your little Grenadian secret seasonings that you can't tell us and your little Lucian flavors that you can't tell us. But it's really pretty. The bottle, I like the packaging. It's really nice.
Thank you.
I like the
But
name.
it's also 100% natural, no coloring, no flavors, no preservatives added.
Perfect. So you're getting the real deal.
Yes, you're getting the real deal.
Perfect. And it's really nice that your husband supported you on this venture. Because I'm going to back up a little. When I reached out to you, and I think I told you I had a YouTube channel, you had a cleaning business. So you're not a cleaner. You're not, you have a job. You had a cleaning business that you had just started, which I thought was really nice.
I started the cleaning business like a year ago, just before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I reached out to you. So I didn't reach out to you for Marsha's Kitchen because that was not in existence yet.
I know.
And then Marsha's Kitchen came about. I remember when we chatted, you said it came about really fast. So tell us kind of, I know it was an idea. The lady bought some bottles and then.
Well, it was, what do you want me to talk about? My cleaning job?
No. So we'll talk about Marsha's Kitchen because I know that came about really quick. Like the lady bought 2 bottles and.
Yeah, she bought 2 bottles. And then, as I said, I came home, I told my husband, and he said it's a good idea. And I just started reaching out through my WhatsApp, to my Instagram page, my Facebook. I just started reaching out to like my friends and family, and it just kicked out. Everybody started like getting back to me. Oh, can I have 2 bottles for Friday? Can I have 2 bottles for Saturday? Yeah. And that's how it started. So it was nothing planned. It wasn't a dream of mine, but I really do enjoy doing it.
That's good.
I really enjoy doing it. Yes.
So, and I think that's most important, ladies, for you and all the viewers are there. It's something that she really enjoyed, and it's something that kind of came naturally for her. She was doing her cooking, making her seasonings long before, and then she's like, let me take this further. Also, Marsha, what I like, because I follow your Instagram and still on WhatsApp, I see you. Like, I know you have a little thing happening now, a little promotion. Tell us about that.
Yes, well, I have a promotion for Mother's Day. I put out something in my story saying if anybody know any mother or mother struggling. I mean, we all struggling. It's been a challenging year. But some mothers, they just do not get a break. And I would like to give away like a basket for Mother's Day. It could be like 1 mother or 3 mothers. I just need names and numbers to be coming in. And I would enter their names into a draw, and whoever name I get, I would like to create like 3 baskets from Marsha's Kitchen. So it's going to be donated from Marsha's Kitchen.
That is very nice. By the time we view this, or we air this, Mother's Day probably would already passed. But still, though, it's to tell. I just want to tell the viewers the kind of things that you're doing with your
Yeah. I
kitchen.
mean, I was grateful, I was blessed. So I want to give back, especially to the people that has been supporting me. And even if it's somebody that I don't know, but I still just want to give back. It's always good and kind to give back. My mom has always taught me,
Mhm.
it's good to give back. It's always, like just giving a basket, just a simple basket could put such a smile on somebody's face, or like, love in their heart.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to give back. It's Mother's Day. I think everybody should be pampered, still
That's nice.
special. I mean, every day should be Mother's Day, but we have
Yeah.
this one time in the year when what's put aside to celebrate Mother's Day.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to give back, make
That is
somebody feel happy, you
that is
know?
very nice. And you are that person. I realize you just by looking at your post and your WhatsApp status, you're that person that say what's on your mind and always try to give back and make someone happy. Marsha, there's a few, you know what, um, I know, like, because with the COVID and we have stores are closed, we have some challenges. Do you find though that the challenges are preventing you from moving forward? Because I know you just started, and I know there's when you just start a business, profits are not always up, right?
Yeah.
Personally, though, and I don't know if that's something you want to share, is that challenging for you? I did.
Yes, because of the new lockdowns and the new measures, it's kind of been difficult for me getting my mason jars.
Mhm,
So that has been a real challenge. But
mhm.
I recently ordered some, and it's been coming in. So
Okay.
it's happening again. But yes, so that was pretty much the only obstacle in my way. Like I knew it was coming. So I got all my labels. I didn't know why I didn't get the bottles. I took it for granted. Maybe who thought this would never be non-essential, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
A lot of people bottle stuff to sell, food, soups,
Hmm.
tomato sauce. So I took it for granted that it wouldn't be a non-essential item. And when it happened, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But I
Hmm.
had good friends that, encouraged me to go online and, order stuff. They send me like websites, and I was able to order and get it in within a day.
Wow. Okay.
So that was awesome. And it's not the original bottle. It's a little bit bigger, but
Mhm.
it's BPA free, so I'm happy.
Well, that's really good. At least, the BPA free is really good. But what I like though is that you weren't discouraged by it and say, well, I'm gonna wait 3 more months because, I don't have the
Yeah.
bottles. You found other avenues, even if it may cost you probably a little more than you were paying for your bottles before.
Yeah.
And knowing in the back of your head that you probably wouldn't break even yet, or
Yeah.
profits wouldn't be
Yeah.
soaring yet, you still were
Yeah.
persistent. And I know you
Yeah.
shared a lot of ideas, which I don't know if you want to put it there, but I know you shared a lot of ideas of your plans once we're able to go out on the road again, of how you're going to promote your business, which I thought was very nice. I don't know if you want to share
Yeah,
any of
that's
that.
fine. Well, we normally have where I live in the Western area, we have like a flea market. I mean, a farmers market that
Mhm.
starts from May to the end of October. So that was one of the way I wanted to, introduce Marsha's Kitchen and get it moving, and the community knows about Marsha's Kitchen. So
Mhm.
I'm working on that to see if I could get myself into the market by May, by the end of May, early
Mhm.
June. I do most of my advertisement on my social media pages like
Mhm.
Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and just by word of mouth. It's
Yeah.
just been by word of mouth. And actually, I met the MP. She's gonna be running for the next MP in Western Road.
Wow.
I I don't know where she got my number, but I got a text from her saying, someone told me about your seasoning and I have to try it. So she
Very
bought
good.
2 bottles, and she was just looking ordinary. I didn't know who she was. And then after she
Wow.
introduced herself to me and she said, I'm running for the next MP in the West York West Southwestern. And I'm like, what? So
Wow.
I'm really, really happy that I met her. She has like a newsletter that she gives out every week,
Mhm.
and she and my seasoning is display, like there's a small page that my seasoning is
Wow.
yeah, that she talks about. So I was
Mhm.
really grateful that she did that for me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah.
Marsha, that's honestly that's a phenomenal story. And why I like it most is not it wasn't something that was there you were sitting there for years pondering upon,
Yeah,
wondering if you do it.
yeah,
You kind of, you had the idea because people encourage you a few times to try something.
yeah.
And based on what I'm understanding, it wasn't seasoning that was in the back of your mind. You're good
No,
at cooking, right?
no,
You're like,
no.
friends are saying you should display your cooking. You watch the YouTube. Thanks, Ria, for sharing your story for
Yes,
us.
thank you, Ria. That was
Yeah,
very
you're like, wow, this girl did this. And you called the next day. And I think you said in like a matter of day, because then the person at work ordered too. I'm like, hey, Marsha, could I have one? My sister ordered. And then you told me your friends ordered and your MP ordered. And she's not of her culture.
no.
And
Well,
that's
actually, she is Somalian, but I mean, they have a different culture
different
to us.
taste and
But
flavors, right?
still, yes,
So
yeah,
what I like is that you're breaking barriers and cultural barriers and racial barriers with your seasoning,
yes,
with your Grenada, eat the taste of Grenada and St. Lucia. You have your friends
yeah.
at work were not of our culture or race,
I know she's actually white Canadian and she loves it.
and she loved it.
You
So
know,
that's really good. And thanks for putting Grenada out there, putting Grenada and St. Lucia on the
yes.
map. So
Grenada to the world, Grenada and St. Lucia to the
yeah,
world.
thanks for putting us on the map. And I
Oh, thank
honestly
you.
hope to see your business expand and go further. Maybe I'll go to Grenada and see a taste of Marsha's
Thank
kitchen
you.
on a
Of
shelf
course,
somewhere.
that's my next idea.
There
That's my
you
next
go.
idea. Yeah.
There you go.
Because it's important that we stop buying all these products that is full of chemicals and MSG.
Mhm.
They do so much harm for our bodies and we don't even know. I mean, we
Yes.
come from an island where all we knew was eating out of our garden and eating
Yes.
left from a can or a box,
Mhm.
and we come here in North America and we sort of like swept our culture under the rug.
Mhm.
I hate when those things happen because it's like culture is lost because what do we pass on to our kids? As I have two sons and I said, this is your guys' future. When
Mhm.
they get a little older, I mean, they're pretty young, they're only like 3 and 10.
Mhm.
This is something I would like for them to carry on, you
Mhm.
know? I mean, if they want to, I don't want to
Well,
force them to do
yes.
something that they doesn't want to do, but I would love if they would take this further, you know?
You know what?
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you want to pass this on to your sons. And what I like also, you mentioned some seasons like pimento. I don't know if they have it in St. Lucia, but I know that's people from Grenada pimento. We know that seasoning, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
also, and you talk about just keeping the culture alive. And I look at your status, as I said, for Easter, you break the egg, right?
Yes.
I even
Yes.
forgot we used to do that as kids. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
this girl found some sunlight somewhere and broke her egg
Yeah.
with the kids.
Yeah.
Right?
I've been doing it for the last 10 years. My son was
Wow.
only 4 months when I started him. He was
Mhm.
sitting in his car seat. I had the eggs in his hands.
Wow.
So it's something that we do every Good Friday.
That is nice.
And this is because my mom had passed this on to me and my brother and my
Mhm.
cousins. And we used to love doing it. We used
Yes,
to love doing it. So I wanted to pass it on to my kids so that they can pass it on to their kids. And it could just keep going on from
yes.
generation to generation, you know?
That is
Yeah.
that is very nice. And I like the fact that, you keeping everything original, you keeping it organic, you keeping it cultural.
Yeah.
Look at your
Thank you.
attire. I like the whole hair thing that's happening there, the earrings, the wooden. I know it's part of the
Yep.
anniversary, but
Yes. Yes.
kind of Afrocentric.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
like that. And thank you. Thank you for
Well, we cannot forget who we are. We cannot forget where
yes.
we come from. We always have to remember where we came from, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like we are not, I'm not better than anybody, you
Mm-hmm.
know? I love myself. I love who I am. I love who I became as I grow older,
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to always remember where I came from. I'm grateful
Yes.
because that's what I started me up into a grown
Mm-hmm.
woman. The things that I learned in Grenada, I came here
Exactly.
pretty much as an adult at
Mm-hmm.
20.
Mm-hmm.
So my childhood was in Grenada and it was the
Yeah.
best days of my life. I always
See?
tell my kids, like, you guys are not having a childhood here, you know and actually my kids actually love the green seasoning. I put it in
Wow.
like a sloppy joe, like ground
Mm-hmm.
turkey, and they
Mm-hmm.
love it. They
Mm-hmm.
love it. So
So thanks for
we
keeping our
have to
culture.
introduce our food, our culture to our kids. I mean, I know they were born here, but they are coming from West Indian parents.
That's very nice, though.
you know.
That's nice that you're keeping the culture alive and still, even if they're Canadians, you're giving them a taste of Grenada and St.
Of
Lucia,
course,
right?
of
Uh,
course.
so, Marsha,
Yes.
if anybody's listening out there, any woman, any viewer, any Grenadian, I have a few Grenadian subscribers, so thank you
Okay.
guys. Um, what would you tell them about being innovative or just trying something new or different outside of your realm? Keeping in mind it's something that you like to do also. What would
Yeah.
you share with them?
I would just say, do not give up. Always believe in yourselves. Believe in what comes from your heart. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's not about what somebody else think about you.
Wow.
It's about what you feel inside. And don't give up. You could
Mhm.
do it. If I did it, you could do it. I might take longer. You might do it like in a few steps.
Mhm.
I might do it in a few steps. You might take a year or two, but
Mhm.
never give up on your dreams. Never give up. Just always go after your dreams. Number one, put God first.
Wow.
Put
Mhm.
God first. Always
Wow.
ask Him to guide your path so you
Mhm.
could make the right decision.
Wow.
Yes.
And I don't know, and I know we're going to end shortly, but I don't know if that's something because you mentioned put God first, and I don't know if that's something you want to share. I know you had
I'm
some,
fine.
like spiritual realization with, some revelations while you were doing
Yes.
just about that.
Yes.
So do you want
Yes.
to share
Yeah, that's fine. I can talk about it.
that? Okay.
And I always say, even if my coworker told me, like, you know what, Marsha, I'm gonna pay for this. But the day before I brought the seasoning for my coworker,
Mm-hmm.
I normally call my mom every day back home because she lived by herself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pandemic, people are more lonely. Neighbors are like hardly, going over to sit and talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to this convenience store and I bought I had $10 and I said I wanted four $2 $2.50 calling cards.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him the $10. He gave me the cards. I came home. I didn't call my mom that day for whatever reason. Maybe I got busy with the kids cooking dinner. The next day I called her. I took the card off my pocket,
Mm-hmm.
dialed the number, and me and my mom, we just talking and talking, and the card wouldn't cut off. So I was like, wait, what card did I have? I looked at the card, it was a $5. I looked at the other one, $5. Looked at the other one, $5. Looked at the other one, $5. And immediately my mom said, you know what, Marsha? You take it back. It's not
Wow.
being it's dishonest. I said yes, but I didn't steal it.
Mm-hmm.
She said, no, just bring it back. And I tell him he gave you the wrong card. And I said, you know what, mommy, you're right. I took it back and I said, look, I just want to be honest. You sold me the wrong card.
Wow.
I asked you for four 250 cards and you gave me four $5, which is $20. He was like, oh, thank you. There's not much people as honest like you.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
he gave me the 250 and I came home. And the next day, this happens.
So,
So I just want to say sometimes God wants you to change yourself so good things could happen. I mean,
okay.
yes, I didn't steal the cards, but I
Mm-hmm.
was aware he gave me the wrong ones.
Okay. So,
And from since I did, and I told you the story,
yes.
I told you before I even said it here.
Yes. Yes.
So when I did it, I felt so good. My mom is like my biggest inspiration. She's always like telling me the right, my mom, I could tell her anything.
Mm-hmm.
She's always been that kind of person. She always tell me, Marsha, honesty is the best policy. She was like, even if you think I'm gonna whip you with a belt, like back then growing up in Grenada, she was
Yes.
like, just tell me the truth. And I do the same thing with my kids. Like
Mm-hmm.
my son sometimes lies for me, and I said, you know what, Zach? Just tell me the truth.
Yes. It's true. It's
Just
true.
we are not perfect. I'm not perfect. I tell lies sometimes. Of course, everybody tell a little white lies.
Mm-hmm.
But when coming to major things,
Tell
I
the truth.
can.
Yes.
I can.
So
So
thank you, Marsha. Thank you very
I'm
much.
happy I did it. You're welcome. Thank you
I
for
am.
having me.
And we're running out of time, but I want this to view as a testament of this woman's honesty. So when she said the products in her green seasoning is fresh, it's organic. I've called her on Saturdays and she's going to look for fresh seasoning. I don't buy it at this store because it's not fresh there, and I won't call the stores you don't go to because it's not fresh there. So I need to go to this store so I can get it fresh. So and thanks for your honesty, and thanks for revealing,
Thank you.
you figure it was godly inspired and it was the right time for you to do it. So
Yep.
I want to say something, guys. Sometimes when you're putting out your business also, if you really just look for inspiration, read a book, ask advice, seek help, reach out to people like us. Let it be the right time though. Sometimes the timing must be right, and you got to look
Yes.
for clues
Yes.
to know when the time is right. And Marsha got her clue. Good on you returning those cards. Your mom trained you right. But I like the fact it's a testament of your honesty. So I would stand behind your product. I really have, and I really did. It is delicious. I loved it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna buy more. My sister loved it. We all like, we're gonna buy this thing.
Thank you. Appreciate your
Love the
support.
fact that your husband's supporting you. So I'm gonna put him up there, Mr. Croissant. Good on the.
Gavin, you want to come say hi? He's here.
Come say hi, Taste of St. Lucia. So it's a woman empowerment, but behind every strong woman, we got some men to supporting.
This
So
is my husband, Gavin.
That's Mr. St. Lucia, a Taste of Grenada and St. Lucia.
Bye.
So thanks for supporting Marsha in her endeavor. And we appreciate it, honestly. Thank you guys. Thanks, Marsha.
Welcome.
Thank you, Ever.
All right, you have a good evening.
Thank you. And thanks for sharing your story, Marsha. I really
appreciate thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thanks for supporting Marsha. I really want to say thanks for supporting the channel.
Yes, please. He's a good guy. He's amazing. He's a good father. He's a good husband. He supports me in whatever decision I want to make.
So thank you very much. And as I said, behind every strong woman, most times there's a strong man standing there. In this case, it's a strong Lucian man supporting Marsha. And then we got a taste of Grenada and St. Lucia.
And St. Lucia.
And guys, she's honest. It is delicious. It's organic, and she doesn't lie. I would stand behind this product. So go out, reach out to Marsha, reach out to me. We do 7806@gmail.com. I'll pass your information. You can get some products there. Thank you and have a great night, guys.
Okay, you too. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. And guys, remember to subscribe, to like, to pass it to a friend, and buy Marsha's product. It's delicious. Thank you.
Thank you.